Yeah. Pleasure of Andy May next to me today, who's also getting filmed. So his setup's much better than mine. Mine's just Mickey Mouse, but they're doing a proper video, so we'll see what happens there. So it'll be an interesting day. Quite tight pegging, as you can see. Jon Arthur is on peg 3, Andy 4, I'm on 5. Plan of attack is going to be take it steady to start with. It was cold last night. Oh, nearly. Got a lovely skimmer's dark. I need to add a bit more water to that in a minute, but I wanted it a little bit loose to start with. I think it's going to be hard. Lovely casters, lovely big red maggots, some dead maggots, some of our expanders. It's a bit close. What I'm going to do now is set this up on a tripod and try and film myself today. We'll see what happens. So I'll be back in a moment. Bye for now. Just quickly, today I'm using a 0.3 in Everett long stem, and then down the line we've got a not strong bulk, a couple of droppers with a 6-inch hook length. I just fancy a sort of a high bulk with a slow fall underneath my bulk. I'm using a 6 to 8, yeah, in Everett solids. Lovely little light elastic, but enough oomph in it if I catch any bigger skimmers. So that's basically all my rigs are pretty similar, to be honest. I've got a 0.4, a little bit heavier. I've got a strung rig as well, and a shallow half depth rig in case they're too wide about. So that's basically my rigs for today. I've plumbed it up. What we got there? Seven foot. Sorry, you can't see. That's 7 foot. 7 foot depth wise. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to sign off again now. We're off in 10 minutes, so I'll have a switch back on just as we start. Bye for now. Right, well we're a couple of minutes before the off now, so I'm just hopefully we're not making too much noise on the microphone. Just making up a couple of balls. He says making the right easier a bit. Yes, making a couple of balls up. Not feeding too much to start. Bit of chop worm. Don't want to go too gung-ho to start with. Got a funny feeling. We'll see. Might fish a bit better than I thought. So basically in my ground bait is going a few dead reds, some chop worm, a few casters, not a lot. And if I'm honest, I don't want to get them preoccupied on worms. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm putting a little ball in at 6, a couple at 13, and that's going to be it to start with. If you can hear me alright, sorry I'm blabbering a bit. I'm not putting them in really hard. And we'll put a loose one over the top. Not putting in great big ones. Just enough to let them know I'm there to start with. And there'll be one loose one over the top. So it's literally going to be 2 and 2. That's the all in. So see what happens. Let's see what happens. So first of all, I'm going in. A marker there is a reed. Having one there, and then I am going to put in meters, slightly to my right, that I put on a marker. Literally just here. We'll see what happens. Actually going to put another one on my 6. And then just feel my way. On my marker again. Let's get it right. And he's gone for the wrong approach, I see. Okay, so that is sorry about that joint, it's getting a little bit flimsy, so I have to well, let's put a loose one over the top. That's a bit of water in the top there. That's soaking a bit of water. And then don't want to come out. There we go. That's it should hopefully fishing. So we're going to start on our not that one. There. This one. No, not that one. I'll get me legs in the wrong order. Apologies. Yeah, point. Well, I'm going to start on a red maggot, and I'm going to go. I'm going to put a little tiny cap on. Drop my scissors. And dropping a few micros in because I caught a few fish last time I was here on expander, so I'm just going to have a negative line as well, which will be 30 metres to my left. Which is going to drop in on here. I'm just going to tap them in there. I'm just going to leave that, and then we're going to go over our 13 metre line just to see if we can get a bite. The sun's quite bright. Not loose feeding anything just yet. Don't expect much to happen to start with. As I say, cold last night. I almost don't want to catch straight away over the ground, but I'm just having a quick look. I'm probably going to come back in quite soon. And there we have a little fish. Little roach. It's a bite. See what happens. We'll try that again. With a bit of luck, we get a few small fish in the peg that might entice. Don't want to go tight over. I don't want to push the fish across because I won't be able to reach them. Don't really want to fish further than 13 unless I have to. There's a carp, just swam away, thank goodness. Sun's very bright. Might end up with another number 12 on the bottom of that. Not paying attention. Might fish better than we thought, who knows. I'm going to flick a few casters in here to see what happens. I've come off my marker a little bit there, so I'm just going to next I had a fish on then, or whether that was a fish just plopping about. Not going to be a quick start, so I might well switch off in a little while till things start happening a little bit. Sorry, I've got my back to you. Still got this lovely lurgy, won't go away. I've fished the line a little bit away from myself, just it's not that clear, but A little tiniest little dink then. That's interesting. That's just as it's settled. There are a lot of hide in here, so there's a good chance that you could catch fish slightly up in the water today if they have a little munch, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Could be being held up. My money is on. It is, but nothing there. Might be that I've got a slightly heavier rig on, which I have got. A bit of fizzing coming up over the ground bait line, which is lovely to see. Feel like I might have to put another shot on there, but let's just see. I might leave that line alone a little bit now. Just yeah, it's a tiny little eye. So just going to get that settled a bit. And we're just going to on the 0.4 rig on over the 6 metres just to see. See if anything come over that quick. Straight away, a little roach. Make it completely and utterly done. So we're going to push that bolt down a little bit, just to see if we can get to the bottom. And we hope there's some bigger fish. So I'm just going to flick a few casters out of my hand on that line. Might be today, we might have to feed a bit more than we've been thinking. Sun's going to be an arse. There's another shot on that. And it's going to fish a little bit better than we thought. I'm not doing anything stupid just yet. Very bright. Sun's an absolute arse. Need to put another little shot on that quickly. Not quite sitting right. Definitely need to put a shot on that, so we'll do that. Sitting up like a lighthouse. You have to stop deloading in a little while. It's getting hot now. Keep putting a few casts just on this line here. Definitely a lot of little fish down there. Oh, there's a little perchy. I wasn't going to lose feed, but I feel like I need to put a bit of bait in, so that's what I'm doing. These aren't big fish, but they're fish. So we just keep plodding for a little bit. Interesting little bite. I'll check my bait. Let's just see. There could be a simple case that I've put a bit of loose feed in and they've gone, nah, don't want that. Yeah, lots of little tiny dinks and lifts and all sorts. Tiny little things, which we don't need. That one's got the hook halfway down its blinking throat. There we go. Just going to try 2 maggots just to see if it makes any difference, and then I'm going to go back out long and then tap in a few casters as well in that line. I'll keep throwing a few maggots out of my hand here, and just a few casters. on that line over there. I don't want to. It's a bit of a throwaway line, that really. I don't want to overgun it. A little dink. Little lift, big lift. Give it a strike. They're definitely little fish. So we're gonna come off this. That was a better bite, so we'll just see what happens. 30 days yet. I'm whispering. Sorry. A lot of people were close by me today, so I don't want to annoy them by talking to myself the whole match. Little tiny movements and smallest little dinks you've seen. Be a bit careful, because sometimes you go out and you catch these little fish quick, and then it goes really shit for a while. So it worked for me last year, so no reason why it won't work this year. That line's going to be awkward to fish when that sun goes even more in front of me. Oh, a little bit of movement. Hey? No, a couple of little tiny roach. Yeah, that's it. Just to had a proper bite, which I think could be a skimmer. So there we go. That just proved the point from what I remember last year. To put all the fish in your anything you net, you have to put in your landing net and then put it into the keep net. So I'll try that again. Get all the slime off my hook. Do exactly the same thing again. I just had a funny feeling that might work. Now I'm going to have to sneak it in quietly so nobody can see what I'm doing. Not that easy when you get the craft danglers around you. So we're just going to do the same again. sneaking a few in and see what happens. And normally this line will be the one I won't be able to freaking well see in a little while, but we'll see what happens. Shadow then over me float, which is annoying. Gives me a little bit forward thinking for possibly tapping a few pellets now on my shorter line rather than loose feeding casters or maggots. I will drop some casters in over on that other line and try that in a minute. Could be a case of today you've got to sit and wait. And he's got a skimmer on next to me. Right, I think that's recording. Yes, it is. Right, hour and 40 minutes in, and I've just managed to wangle a bream about £4 and a little skimmer, or two skimmers, up a little roach. I've just changed doing what I was doing so far, a 2 and 2 chuck, so we'll carry on, see what happens. I've started pinging the odd maggot on my 30 metre line, just a few, not a lot. Just going to see what happens with that. I'm going to carry on doing what I'm doing, which is an expander in the darker water, out the sun. A little bit awkward because of the sun, but I'm going to block the sun with my hand. I have to get it spot on, or else the float's not sitting properly. Just before it starts deepening up, I think. So it is, I know it is. So I'm just feeling my way still. Andy next to me said, well, he's definitely got £7 or £8. I reckon I've got about 7. Don't know what Jon Arthur's caught. He's catching a few, I think. So it's just a case of keep plodding away, really. I'm not doing anything stupid. I'm just tapping in a few micros, a little bit of ground bait. Tiny sort of, almost just past thumbnail size. We'll see what happens. Just keep plodding. At the moment, no sign or anything where I'm pinging, so I think we're going to just jump off of this, put another ball in on the short line, go back out long. These matches go really quickly, so you have to sort of make a mind up pretty quickly what you're going to do, what you think is going to be best. I'll do that now, and I'll probably sign off again in a minute. Just while we have a feed up, and we'll switch off and come back again in a minute. I'm blabbering. Just going to add a little bit more water to this, and I'll stick a few casters in it, a few more deads. As I say, not a lot of feed. Hoping that might get if you come over it later on. So that is what we're doing. I'll stay on just for a little bit longer, and then we'll have a switch it off and come back. So I'm just fishing a forward expander, tapping in a few micros, a little tiny weeny bit of crumb, not a lot, just a bit, that's skin the mix, just to create a bit of a cloud really. I've got no idea who's picking what, which is probably just as well. You can only fish your peg as you see it. As I said before, no point in trying to do anything stupid. I know Peter still likes me to be a bit erratic. Let's straighten the rig out. Now the fact that I've had two skimmers there and I've bumped one, might have to replumb it just to, which I don't like doing once I start fishing. Might have to. Won't be foul looking fish. Yeah, there's no seem to get no signs of any fish in your peg. Oh, bloody. It's now getting a bit windy, and with the sun makes it very awkward. The rig's moving around too much. It's half the reason why I fished a slightly longer line. This light's very awkward. Makes it difficult to see little dicks and knocks and all sorts, you know. Tiny, tiny sign then. That finicky. And again, trying to hold it still with the wind. The sun is just catching afloat annoyingly. It's very hard to see. So I don't think it's a day for chopping around too much. I think you have to just sit, concentrate on one thing. So I'm lifting the rig now, lower it in again. Slightly off my feed just to see what happens. Sometimes you can get a bite just as it settles. Might take a gamble in a minute. Put a very soft one in. Well, that ain't the plan really, is it? One more fucking go. It don't work. I'm fucking gonna put them in and if we cast as long then instead. Waste your time. Right, switch that. Freaking casters, mate, and that's it. Now 125 and it's really hard. I think I've got £9. I haven't got a clue if that's any good or not. It's not been very good. I'm just plodding along, as it were. I haven't actually said anything else. I just feel like it's a waste of time these feeding. I'm alternating 2 different lines. Left and right. One's in a shadow, one's in the sun. Don't fancy the swim that's in the sun, if I'm honest. And it's a case of just sitting and waiting, so it's not very exciting filming, unfortunately. But we keep trying. I'm going to go across like it well, mate. I want to go back over there on a slightly heavier rig. Just feel like you've got to fish light, but it's moving around a little bit too much. So, have a quick go over this line. See what happens. Sun's a pain in the backside as well. Not really see anything. I doubt you can see much at all. Hope the water reflection is not causing havoc with the camera. I've got 3 lines on the go really. This one, which is just ground bait, slightly longer in the middle, which is basically just micros, and then left, which is ground bait again. And I've just basically got all my fish on a Foreman expander, just sitting and waiting for better fish. If you put a mag on, you catch an eye, tiny little thing. The eye obviously aren't feeding. Looks like they're catching a few on the lake opposite White Bishops. Seen a few people catching fish. Just looking up every now and again, see elastic coming out, so that was probably the lake to be on today. And it's been absolutely awful. I think I might have £8, maybe 9. Don't know if it's going to be any good. This fish terrible, absolutely terrible. I think Andy beat me, to be honest. I think Andy beat me, so yeah, I'm gonna sign off, and then we'll see what happens. It's been a nightmare, to be honest. Absolutely horrible. If you go on a mag, all you caught was tiny little eyes. Just waste of time. So sat out on expanders and micros. So anyway, we're right off. Sorry, it's been a boring vid. I'll do a little clip of it. So that'll be about it, I think. I'm going to sign off for now, and I will speak to you later. Bye for now.